the NBA on 2K Sports. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. From the sideline, we'll have David Aldridge. We'll be hearing from him in just a moment. And now the Golden State Warriors starters. Curry and Clay, the Splash Brothers, in the backcourt. Wiseman's out there with Green, and it's Wiggins in at the 3 spot. And for Portland, Bledsoe is out there with Damian Lillard. And it's Joe Ingles. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Hart in at the 3, the small forward. It's going to be the Trailblazers off the tip. Lillard with it from deep.
No, he didn't. Why you love guys shooting those, right? Kev, don't hold the ball. Let it rip.
That is amazing. Pass to Wiseman. Back to Curry. Outside, Green. And that one drops.
Draymond Green is always going to take the initiative. The first guy to hit and doesn't wait for stuff to happen. He makes it happen.
Now, here's Lillard. Bledsoe outside. Offensive rebound. Some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Here's Hart. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary. Even more difficult to defend.
Yeah, no question. When he is connecting from those kind of spots on the floor, it is just a huge boost for what they can do offensively.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws of the game. The first one falls.
Well, I love to watch Lillard play. He's from the Bay Area. That's where I'm from. But he's fearless, heartless, and he usually saves his best for last. It's Lillard time in the fourth quarter. Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies. When the player gets a feel for that floater, it can really make things tough on defenders. You're just not sure how to guard him and where your point of commitment is.
Outside, Green, over Ingles. And it's Portland with the rebound. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Nurkic can't hit. Here's Wiggins. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Always got to keep your eyes up. Make sure you see open teammates, and Clay did it that time.
It's stolen by Curry. Oh, and here comes Curry all alone. Drops in the breakaway layup. Curry's got 5 points so far.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
And the basket by Lillard.
And those are the kind of shots that Lillard, when he gets in these hot streaks throughout the course of the season, gets more and more consistent with.
Yes, that goes in.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And from three-point range, guys, he has hit the ground running. What a first quarter.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Trailblazers lead by 1. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. Well, earlier, Damian Lillard spoke to us about how he deals with a big loss.
I look to the times where things are going well. So this is going to come to pass. You know, someday this is going to be history, and we're going to be in a better position. And I want people to look at me and remember how I responded when, you know, things didn't go my way.
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. Guys, what stands out from the Blazers so far?
Just stretching out the floor that first. They had the defense scrambling.
Really prime example here of how to space the floor and do it correctly. When you do it, that's the kind of thing that happens.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double check.
And so it's Golden State with it. They trail by 1. Here's Curry. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
1:11 left now here in the second.
And looking at Curry's stats, one thing that jumps out, and it may be a little surprising, for the last 3 seasons, he's averaged over 5 rebounds a game.
He's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for the Warriors. The 3. It doesn't go for him. And it's Portland the other way. Here's Bledsoe. That's tipped. Here's Poole. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And up the court come the Warriors on the break. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Wiseman's got the lead up to 3 now for the Warriors.
Oh, man, just beast mode on the glass there. He was not going to be denied on that play.
Near the 3-point line, it's Bledsoe, and the shot is long.
Well, he's a guy they count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Ingles finds Bledsoe. 3-pointer, Lillard. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Lillard's got 18 points in the game.
Guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble.
It's all tied in Portland. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much. Steph, Coach said that you had to make them feel you physically in this game. How important is it to continue doing that in the second half?
That's a big deal. I mean, just being physical and, make the right plays, and then hopefully put ourselves in good position to win.
We'll see what happens. Thanks, Steph. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. Leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He had 18 points and 1 rebound. Shaq, how do you think the Trailblazers were playing?
It's hard to believe they're still in the game with the way they play defense. I do believe in miracles. They're allowing over 60% shooting from the field. Listen, I bet the coach is giving them a very strong lecture right now.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about Golden State?
It's been an aggressive approach for them at the offensive end. Getting the ball inside and getting as many points as possible close to the rim. So far, so good. They have a nice edge in the points in the paint.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go over there.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Nurkic is out there with Joe Ingles. Then there's Bledsoe. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Hart in at the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Portland. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they are forming now in the NBA.
We've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is, to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed, but it's always existed. And the reality is this: you become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
And for the Warriors, they're shooting just phenomenal here tonight. 73% from the field.
Nice dedicated drive there from Clay. He committed to it, got all the way in there for contact.
And we hear a player's attacking rehab. You know, Greg, by all accounts, Clay took it to another level.
He said he hadn't stopped working since the third day after the NBA Finals. There was even some talk of him coming back toward the end of the year, but the Warriors quickly shut that down, knowing how much he means to this franchise.
And the Warriors making a change here. Iguodala's checked in. Lillard from outside. Curry with the defensive effort. The Warriors leading. From past the arc, it falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
A catch-and-shoot opportunity for Steph. It's just effortless.
Lillard way outside. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. 52 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Lillard's got an outstanding percentage from long range. Hitting 5 of 7. That's 71%. And that one's good. Wiggins.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets. Pretty much not a player in the league is going to pass up a shot like that so much for the defense.
Here's Curry. 16 points for him. Thompson outside. The Warriors shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And as a team, excellent a season ago. About 80% when they got to the line.
You think about some of the great streak shooters in the history of the game. You know, Klay Thompson put up 37 points in one quarter. Let's go streaky.
Lillard, the pass to Hart. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Hart's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the 3rd for the Trailblazers. The Warriors have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Outside, Green. He tries for 3, and no good. Now, here's Lillard. 23 points in the game. Drops in the tray.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trailblazers. He's up to 26 points in the game now, just keeps pouring in the buckets. We've got more in store for you right after this. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. On the court for Golden State here in the 4th. Klay Thompson is out there with Porter. Then there's Draymond Green, and it's Poole in at the 1.
He's just such a dynamite scorer, and for 82 games of a regular season, Lillard's in attack mode.
Wiseman's checked in for Green. Here's Lillard. Tries a three off the inbound, and another three for Portland.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits, and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Here's Poole. Over to the wing. Wiseman with the bucket.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Portland leading by 6. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Here's Bledsoe. Porter with a block.
And the defensive chops Porter brings to this squad, invaluable. You see the effects of it right there.
We've got 1:23 left in the game. That one good for 2. Timeout called the Warriors. They trail by 8. 1:22 left here in the fourth quarter.
Kevin?
Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. 1:22 left in the fourth. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Curry. For Portland, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. And there's the call on Curry. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the officials are calling a technical foul here. You don't see this too often, but they tried to call for a timeout when they had none left.
And really a complete lack of awareness. Seemed to have no idea they were out of timeouts.
A good point, Greg. It is. He just lost focus completely. Didn't have his head in the game at all at that moment.
Cashes in on the technical there, and that will extend the lead.
And the shot is good. Lillard's got the lead up to 8 now for the Trailblazers.
Well, compact and strong. Lillard using his frame and still finishes.
And he's just living out beyond the arc right now. What a weapon to have on the floor.
Seems to be taking it on his shoulders aggressively to shrink this lead. They really needed those points.
It's Porter outside. It's in! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Whoa, the nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
And Lillard kicks to Bledsoe. Gets the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
Just Eric Bledsoe, when he's in these games and you can see he's got hyper focus, he can become a big, big problem. Athletic, plays both ends of the floor, and that power from him at the guard position is very unique.
Oh, he is just so clutch, saving his best for when the pressure is at its highest.
They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
He drops the first one, and that will put them up by 2. And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
Big-time free throws there. That could be the difference. It forces them now into a 3-point attempt.
Right between the eyes. A tremendous 3 to tie it up.
Oh, man, the baby-faced assassin stepping up right there. Such a great score, and what a situation for Stephen.
Called by Portland. And now, let's present our New Balance player of the game, Steph Curry.
Hey, guys, no doubt who our pick is going to be. He's made everyone else on the court look like they're playing at half speed. It's been total domination, and you can't help but just sit back and admire that performance.
Lillard against Curry. And there's the call on Curry. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. He knocks down the clutch free throw. So he gets them both, and it's a 2-point ball game.
Yeah, free throws put them in an excellent position to win this thing now. It's all in the hands of the D.
On its way from Curry for 2. Good! A huge shot to tie it up.
Yeah, I feel like the ball really isn't even getting anywhere close to the rim. It's all cotton right now.
Now a timeout call. To win it. Oh, it's no good. And we're headed to overtime. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. From Portland, we're back in a moment. These teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters, and now we head to overtime. Should be a blast. And it's the Warriors to start out. And no shortage of excitement here, and we're officially underway in overtime in this game. Oh!
Man, talk about finding change in the couch. You get that.
Now a timeout called by Portland overtime. Now here's Lillard. He's guarded close. It falls! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
That's a tip of the cap there, always wanting to take the big shot for his team. He did not do that.
And it counts!
He did not just do that. And none better, Steph stepping up. What a great feel for the moment, Steph Curry.
And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it.
Nurkic kicks to Ingles. Here's Lillard. It's good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Always an appreciation for Lillard and his build, just how rugged he is, along with that fearlessness.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And he ends up making the second, and that narrows the gap to 1. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Wiseman. Golden State moving it around. Knocks down the trifecta.
Yeah, just good job there. Now that they've got this 2-possession lead, the goal is to make them use as much clock as possible and avoid fouling.
Time called it over. They're trailing by 4. 19 seconds left to play in the first overtime. Lillard fires away from way outside. No good on the quick 3. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty. Wiggins passes to Curry. Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Lets it go with a 3. That shot, no good.
And they've been a different team here in overtime. They just seem to have lost their energy.
So we see the Warriors get the win here. They had to scrape and claw to push it to overtime, but they really came on in the extra period.
What a ride. I mean, I thought it might end in regulation, but you know what? They came through big and did exactly what was necessary once we got into OT.
And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long, everyone.